Officers on the street tell us it's one of the hardest things they have to do.
Tonight, we're going to take you behind the police tape to see what Houston police officers are facing. HPD granted 11 News I-Team reporter Jeff McShann rare access. He joins us from downtown tonight. And Jeff, what did you see?
Well, Lucy, I can tell you over the last decade, I've had a chance to work closely with Houston police, and you get a sense of some of the challenges they're facing while they're out there on the patrol. And the latest thing they're talking about is dealing with Houston's mentally ill. It is a growing population, mainly, they say, because there's not enough long-term health care facilities out there to treat these patients. Now, when you're not getting the help you need, like therapy and medication, your brain tends to malfunction. And when your brain is playing tricks on you, someone seems to always be nearby dialing 911. It is just before noon, and Deborah Jamison calls police.
This is her information.
She tells them her mother attacked her and is out of control.
The apartment 1612 in the south center of the complex.
At the age of 16, Deborah's mother, Virgie, was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia.
Calm down.
She is now 66 and requires medication. Dealing with our growing mentally ill population is without a doubt one of the most difficult jobs facing the Houston Police Department today.
He was supposed to be taking his medications as prescribed.
For years, HPD says funding, which provides help for Houston's mentally ill, has been on the decline. The result, more 911 calls asking for assistance. No one knows the situation Harris County is facing better than Dr. Stephen Schnee.
They need ongoing treatment. We don't have a magic pill.
He is the executive director of MHMRA, the Mental Health and Mental Retardation Association.
The state of Texas funds the MHMRA outpatient system for approximately 8,800 outpatient slots.
But every month, he says, MHMRA gets an additional 400 to 500 people referred to them. And right now, more than 160,000 people are needing psychological help.
And I believe it is really flawed because we're treating these conditions as short-term conditions.
Until recently, many of these patients ended up in the Harris County Jail. There are currently more than 2,500 mentally ill people being held there. But the trend is slowly changing.
Right now, I want you to get over the suicidal feeling and get some medicine in your system.
HPD has teamed up with MHMRA and formed a unit called CERT, the Crisis Intervention Response Team.
Hey, what's your ETA for Bentov?
It's just a start, but right now the department has 7 trained officers on the streets, each joined by an MHMRA clinician, a clinician armed with a laptop and a master's degree, which enables him to check medical records and guide the patient to the best possible care available. For several days, we rode with the unit, and to say the least, it was an eye-opener. The team is dispatched to calls throughout the city, often racing to suicide threats, or calls involving people like TJ.
When's the last time you had anything to eat?
A homeless man who was hearing voices and delusional.
He doesn't have his ID since Satan had taken his ID away from him.
Since CERT started just a few months ago, it has taken more than 1,100 mentally ill patients to Bentov's psych unit.
The officers right now that are working it full time, we have the patients a joke.
And nobody appreciates that more than Deborah Jamison, whose mom was taken to Bentov and is now back home resting comfortably.
They're the only ones that seem to understand what's going on. You know, they come in and because they did the training for all of this.
Tried to hurt yourself in any way?
The mental health squad will not solve all the problems of Houston's mentally ill, but it is making a difference, protecting all of us and the patients who often want to hurt themselves. Now, here's one of the big problems. Many of these patients are taken to Bentov's psych ward. They're only there for about 3 days, and they're discharged. Again, the funding issue. So as you can imagine, this new squad is having to deal with the same patients over and over and over again. That's why they're keeping very good records, and at least they're trying to tackle this problem in Houston. Only the second department nationwide that is trying this, the other one being in Los Angeles, California. We're live downtown. Jeff McShann, 11 News.